What's up, YouTube? Have I got a discussion for y'all today? And many of the points that I'm going to touch upon, I'm sure people can relate, agree with, maybe have your own opinion about it, whatever the case may be. I invite you to share your thoughts, comments, debate me. Come on. Oh, yeah, I'm eating right now. Zero giving. But, and I'm gonna put a link in the description so you can understand what brought me to wanting to talk about this. Okay. I'm sure people have heard or are familiar with the expression hurt people hurt others, right? And it develops toxic individuals sometimes based on some of the things that they have experienced, subjected themselves to, or some of the decisions that they have made. Okay, and I'm gonna get into that because that right there is very important when it comes to, how should I say, holding your own actions and decisions, being accountable for them. Okay? And I'm gonna use myself as an example just to prove that point as being validated, okay? When men and women find themselves getting involved with one another on a relationship level, um, sometimes people go in blinded. You know, it's either they have a physical attraction to that person, and that's all that they care about. Um, some people go in looking at the situation when they get involved with somebody. What can they gain out of it? Say if it's a female that sees a guy, he has a good job, this, that, and everything else. She's like, huh, I'm gonna get mine, you know. Or it could be a guy, see a girl or a woman doing good for herself, got the nice car, got the good job, house, no kids, whatever. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my dibs in on that. Yeah, yeah, you know, yeah, I'm come up. Yeah, okay. There's a lot of reasons why when people get involved with one another and engage in a relationship, it's doomed for failure to begin with because of the expectations or the things that the bad intentions that are already there. Okay, let's start off with that. Okay, now, mm, you hear, and this is based off of some of the things that I heard off of there's this channel that I follow called the Mediocre Tutorial, and there's these two women, and they're just sitting there just dogging men out, just dogging them out, talking about how they're just using men, because they're getting tired of being hurt by men, this, that, and everything else. So now they only seek men for whatever they feel is worth their time, not of them being of value. Okay, and they're just sitting there promoting this shit, just this toxic attitude. But nowhere and it's always the guy's fault. It's the guy. I'm sick and tired of it. Well, basically, basically, your choices are poor choices. And to sit there and make the generalization that all men are bad is a bunch of nonsense. Because if what you say is true, how come there are people in healthy relationships are together, value each other, love each other, work together to help build each other, but yet you feel comfortable with making generalizations because what other people have, you have failed to get. And that shit is eating you alive inside. So now you have a piss poor, bitter attitude that you want to project on others and stuff. Now, before I go any further, to make my point using myself as an example, okay? Now, the way I was raised to respect women, okay? I had female cousins, that kind of guided me and told me, hey, this is what females look for, this, that, and everything else. And then I had the example of my parents, okay? When I got involved with my daughter's mother, I was that boyfriend, that guy that, hey, I bought this, I spoiled you, I got the flowers, this, that, and everything else. Everything I did right didn't mean shit because she still went behind my back and cheated on me. And the messed up part about it, the dude told me that she cheated on me. Okay? Because she was working at this group home or whatever, and I guess she was the main attraction there for all those dudes that she was working around that was thirsty as shit. Okay? Now, there's been a couple other relationships that I had got involved in prior to her and a couple after, where I was dealing with women that basically had an attitude towards men. So I was subjected to their insecurities, their toxic state of being, and I just happened to be that person that had to suffer through the nonsense. Okay. Now, with that being said, through some of the BS, it started to make me feel some type of way, have this particular outlook towards women, and it got to a point where some women I just didn't respect. But I had to take a step back and say, why am I letting my poor choices change me when I need to accept my failures on who I chose to be with? It's not my fault that they are who they are. Just choose not to participate. Make better choices. Actually get to know the person before getting involved with them. See if you guys have that chemistry. See if you guys are relatable on a lot of things. See what their goals are, what their interests are. And once I come to that understanding and realization, it prevented me from becoming even more toxic, of a more toxic individual. And I had to drop my bitter ass attitude towards women because not all women are the same. I just was bad at picking the type of women that I got involved with. Point blank. But there are these women out here that feel justified in having the fucked up attitude that they got. Oh, man, ain't shit. Da, 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 da. Well, okay, how come while in that same breath you ain't talking about the women that ain't shit? Or vice versa. There are guys that sit there and talk about, oh, women ain't shit. Da, 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 da. Well, what type of women are you picking and choosing? Is it their fault that they are the way they are? Or is it your fault for picking those type of women? And I know sometimes people are good at wearing masks, and sometimes you can't see the tall tale signs of the person that you're getting involved with, because some people present themselves one way and be completely the opposite when you're not around. I understand that's a factor as well. Like I said, I see things across the board. I don't just choose what's suitable for my narrative just stick with that and just ignore everything else. No, I'm very fully well aware of other factors that factor into certain things. That's what keeping your eyes open and having an open mind and listening to things other than just what's suitable for you. Hold on. And going back to the point in the previous video, I have to wonder with some of these women, and correct me if I'm wrong after I say this. When we speak of these single family homes where the father is absent and it's just the mother and the child, okay? And I brought this up before, where sometimes those mothers are very toxic towards their sons. So I have to wonder that those women who sit up there and start ranting and chanting, men ain't shit, men ain't this, men ain't that, this, that, and everything else. If you have kids, sons in particular, is that how you see your son? Do you look at him with disgust? Do you treat him unfairly? Do you abuse your son? Are you that wicked? I'm just wondering. Because you very rarely hear when a man has a falling out with the baby mama and they have daughters and stuff. You hear more of, I love my daughter. Damn, I wish I could be with my daughter. Daddy's girl. You don't hear them talking shit. They just like, well, me, and your mom didn't work out, well, maybe I'll find better luck next time, But these women that are scorned, so when you had that guy that was getting on that woman who was talking about she wanted a six-figure man, I want you to see how toxic, and a link that I'm going to put in the description, how these two women are with their attitude towards men. And they figure that just because they've been hurt with the men that they've been involved with, based on their poor choice of pickings, but I think what it is that they're mad at the fact that they can see other people who are a success and they're not. They're mad at other people who can be together while they're going to be alone, because that exterior, and I'm sorry to say that, no, actually I'm not sorry to say this. It needs to be said. That exterior will deteriorate. And you ain't going to be worth shit to look at later down the line. And one of the girls said, oh, men are ugly, but I'm a female. At least I could put on a wig and stuff to make myself look good. Yeah. Gonna start looking like Mount Rushmore. That's what I'm saying. When you get older. And just looking at one of the girls, she wasn't that much of a prize to look at, even with all the shit that she had on, if she had anything on, whatever. That was her natural. Anyway. That's all I wanted to say. Please let me know what your thoughts are on what I said. Did I make some points? Did I stray off of just going on a tangent? I normally do that. That's my uniqueness of making these videos. But anyway, Let me know what you think. Until next time, until next video.